Here's the report.
President, who doubled as the preacher and special guest of the day, noted that the Buhari administration is leaving nothing to chance to ensure Nigeria gets out of recession soonest. He advised Nigerians to look forward to better days, which he believes won't be. The vice president was accompanied by his wife, Dolapo Shibajo, to the church services. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Christian faithful have been urged to devote more time in prayers for Nigeria and those in authority so that the nation can be well governed in peace and tranquility. Special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, gave the admonition at a church service to celebrate the nation's 56th independence anniversary.
Ordained by God, the role of every other person is to support God by supporting them.
The congregation adopted a new slogan for Nigeria. Nigeria, despite thy flaws, I love thee still, my country. In Abuja, Joy Uzo, NTA News.
And in other news, the federal government says it has the same goal as the Bring Back Our Girls group, which is to secure the safe return of the Chibok girls. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who made the assertion on a special program to mark Nigeria's 56th independence anniversary, noted that the federal government remains committed to bringing back the girls alive, while reiterating the president's statement that there will be
to the Republic of Niger. Damasak is the second local government headquarters was hit by the Boko Haram insurgency after Bama. Receiving Governor Kashim Shettima on arrival, the commanding officer 145 Battalion in Damasak, Colonel Jimo, informed the governor that the town was liberated in July through the joint offensive involving 145 and 223 Battalion, the Army headquarters and multinational joint task force. The 145 Battalion is now in charge in Damasak. 27 other surrounding settlements and 4 others along Dushi were cleared, adding that people now lived in the liberated settlement. Governor Kashim Shettima expressed gratitude to the Nigerian military and multinational joint task force for liberating Damasak, describing the community as one.
Don't be afraid. Talk. Like this, we begin to resolve solution.
Whatever you achieve through violence is going to be temporary. It's good to achieve it through peace, and that is where you achieve permanent solution.
Muhammad Kabir Muhammad also commended government's efforts towards ensuring peace in the country.
We can draw example from what is happening from various regions in Nigeria, and the federal government is putting up its best to see that at the end of the day, there is peace.
The day was also set aside to mark the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, leader of the Indian independence movement. Adebola, Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
A workshop to sensitize stakeholders on the implications of cattle movement, otherwise known as transhumance, and sub-regional
and women groups. In Oka, Ngozi Okafo, NTA News.
And now to Benin, where Governor Adams Oshiomhole has continued to celebrate the victory of the All Progressives Congress in the September 28 governorship polls in Edo State. Accompanied by APC stalwarts and supporters, the governor walked along major streets in Benin to thank the people of Edo State for voting continuity. Agatha Egware Ojo has that report.
The victory walk began from the Kuba Hill to the New Benin Market area. The governor's wife was not left out in the celebration. Party supporters came out to join in the celebration.
Craft of the visiting Nigerian president touched down at exactly 5:45 p.m. Nigerian time at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. He was received by the FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Khadija Abba Ibrahim, as well as Minister of Defense Mansour Dan Ali. President Isufu is in Nigeria to attend the book launch in honor of President Muhammadu Buhari. The book Muhammadu Buhari. The Challenges of Leadership in Nigeria by Professor John Pardon will be presented to the public on Monday, 3rd October 2016 at the International Conference Center in Abuja. And taking sports now, Enugu Rangers on Sunday
of our celebration.
After waiting for 32 years, Enugu Rangers Football Club on Sunday emerged champions of the Nigeria Premier League, beating El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri 4-0 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Enugu.
And that is it! Goal number 3 for Rangers. And goal number 4. No time to celebrate. And he's still crying. He can't just celebrate. And the fans, please hand the trophy over to my captain. That is what I want to see. I want this to be real. And the president of the Nigeria Football Federation hands the good trophy.
Sunday is
thunder and lightning, probably. Same applies to Ogoja, Ikom, and Calabar axis, Abeokuta, Oshogbo area, Plateau, and Nasarawa region. As we move into the afternoon, the prospects of thundery activities are better organized over parts of Taraba, Adamawa, Plateau, Nasarawa, and Benue states. Pockets of rain showers are also expected over the inland areas of the south and the coastal cities. Let's stand by for the temperatures.
A reminder that you can get all our stories and much more when you log on to our website, www.nta.ng. We'll now take a short break. Newsline returns shortly with Becky in Lagos. Do stay with us.
Abuja University Farm, designed to revive agriculture, invite distributors for multi-purpose products of wood factory, moringa products including seeds, oil, creams, capsule, powder, tea, and
Naira, but the Eketaram prices like over 100 fridges and generator, they ground too. So therefore, start the save your way to millions today.
You too hard.
Waiting, I will not help. I don't tire for this life. See loyalty full everywhere. I have this one, I only imagine how many millions now.
A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle.
Celebrates his new yam before all our other evils. There will be calamity in the society.
It happened that when the Nzukwaru were celebrating New Yam, they brought New Yam to the arena. I did not see any, but the images are unforgettable. The atmosphere was engaging. The Arochuku is a story for another day.
A way to celebrate the king of crops. That was splendid. Now, to celebrate our independence, Zungeru in Niger State is particularly important in the political history of Nigeria because that was
the amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria was take place here.
The amenities which came with the colonial rule were limited to the British quarters. That formed a platform for the rapid transformation to modernity. But today, those facilities and colonial structures, which should have been protected as monuments, have been vandalized and rotten, while most are completely out of existence. They include Lord Lugat's residence, colonial clubs, rest houses, army barracks, aids quarters, swimming pool, and golf course. Others are the town hall, railroad bridge, execution center, and the different burial grounds for whites and blacks, which the Niger State government intervened.
Nigerian flag. Jane Ojukwu is our guide.
This is Tafawa Balewa Square,
It is on this very ground that the Union Jack was lowered when Nigeria gained its independence in 1960, and the Nigerian flag, the green, white, green, was hoisted.
From then on, events of national importance are held at the Tafawa Balewa Square, which is named after the then Prime Minister, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. It was not until the nation's capital, which was located in Lagos, was relocated to Abuja in 1991 that a new square, the Ego Square, relieved Tafawa Balewa Square of hosting some of the national events. Still, the square has retained its pride as a national monument. 56
the Lagos Carnival, the Eyo Festival, even when we are any incoming government, especially Lagos State, the inauguration or swearing in is usually done here.
The monument lost its aesthetic value when hoodlums converted it to their heaven. The federal government intervened by handing over its maintenance to an independent organization through a bidding process.
It was really in a bad state. It was dilapidated. It was an abode for area boys. But if you look around currently, the place is very clean. It's very serene. We have a lot of tourists that come in here. Sometime this year, the vice president came here to represent the president.
Plans
during the independence celebration.
His submission then and now was that Nigeria is abundantly blessed with natural resources which guarantee food security and good revenue generation among other national desires. For the present economic recession, Nigeria will soon overcome its challenges through proper planning.
It's not as good as what we had before independence. But I think as time goes on, there will have to be some progress.
Akinkumi. Now away from independent stories, most Nigerian parents develop the blues following the resumption to school of their children after the long vacation. Why do parents feel this way at this time of the year all the time? We have the answer right after this commercial break. Stay on the line.
This must be one of Mother Nature's greatest gifts. But there's something else it gives us. When we see such beauty, we want to share it with those we love. That's what LG wants you to see. Just what we see now.
Pressure. The reason for this is not far-fetched. School fees, uniforms, books, bags, shoes, and the list continues. Now that school has resumed after a very long break, how have parents coped? Ime Odori felt the pulse of some parents in Lagos and compiled the results in this report.
A new academic session has begun with schools nationwide opening their gates for the academic year. But this time of the academic year always creates in parents what has come to be
your child had to be withdrawn, or you change the class, or you change to government school.
The government schools are in order. I'm sure most of the private schools I will go to, we won't go there.
Private schools which my children attend have been mandated to pay taxes to their feeding.
You put your children in the school you can afford, you don't spend extravagantly, and you'll be fine.
In addition to that, I suggest that schools be kinder to parents. It's not fair to increase fees every year, especially now that times are tough for everyone. Still on education, but this time in the area of skill acquisition, it is a fact that where white-collar jobs are not forthcoming, the skill a person has becomes his means of livelihood. Acquiring a skill is therefore a viable way to create employment and reduce poverty. It is
Dignitaries that graced the graduation ceremony presented certificates and empowerment items to the participants.
It's not everybody that has money that will have the thinking or the wisdom to help other people, to assist the less privileged.
Some of the beneficiaries say with what they have learned, their life is no doubt in a positive direction.
I'm just sitting at home. Later on, they call me on this foundation. I should come and learn something, handworks. Now I have already learned leather work.
I learned photography and video coverage. I want to appreciate Malong
aggression. This is what is called road rage, and the incidence is prevalent in varying degrees in Lagos. For better understanding, let's listen to Musa Toliat.
Every day unfolds like any other day as motorists go about their businesses until a situation on the road slows down the traffic. A simple maneuvering on the road soon results in the use of abusive words. That is a mild case of anger in traffic.
Any little things, they start to speak their different type of grammar. This and that, you can do this, you can do that.
Traffic rules. There are also law enforcement agents who get into what many describe as needless rage in the course of effecting the arrest of traffic offenders. There must be some sociological and psychological reasons for rage on the roads. Agugu Augustine is the expert.
When you encounter people on the roads, what you see them display, to a reasonable extent, is a core manifestation of their internal body.
That, and we just heard that she died. That was Shola Taiwo recounting the events preceding her auntie's death. Many Nigerians would refer to her demise as sudden death. What do people really understand is sudden death?
Except you tell me, because I don't understand. Somebody just died without God's proposal for him or her.
This respondent narrates his experience.
My sister had a sudden death, motor accident.
For some Nigerians, death can never occur naturally. It has to be a spiritual attack by use of what has come to be known in this country as remote control.
It is not God's wish, it's Satan's wish, and then it's witchcraft. Sometimes wicked uncle, wicked brother.
Of money.
Yeah, I'm a hustler, you understand, so I don't really have time for all those things.
Well, Dr. Wachuku gives some of the risk factors to sudden death as hypertension, high cholesterol, and obesity.
So other additional factors may be cigarette smoking, family history, and of course, advancing age. Now, when people don't go for check, they may not be aware that they carry any of these risk factors.
You need to know more.
So we say, oh doctor, I don't have blood pressure. No, you don't have blood pressure means the heart is no longer beating, blood is no longer flowing. I presume the person wanted to say doesn't have hypertension or that the blood pressure was normal. Because as long as the heart is beating.
A lot of Nigerians shudder. This perhaps is because people attach a will to death, and trust me, no one really wants to die. But seriously, is it advisable to write a will? What does it entail? Who is eligible to write a will? Again, Annie Daniels reports.
When a person dies, it is usually sad, especially for those who are the immediate family. When it is the head of the family who dies, in many cases, the wife and children are badly treated by his family, who attempts to deprive them of their inheritance.
In Africa, no matter how you prepare your family, you still end up seeing people, even sometimes busybody, who has no stake in the estate, coming to claim. But
God see everything.
But then, how many men will disclose the contents of their will to their wives?
I will tell my wife that I've done my will. The wife could just